I think trust is honesty, open communication, straightforwardness.
We all have those trusting sensors.
First of all, I try to get this gut feeling and try to be sensitive to it.
It's like, I don't know music, but if I hear a bad note, I think I can recognize it.
I know I can trust somebody if they look me in the eye.
They don't need to stare at me, but I can see when they're just shifty.
Blatant lying to my face.
Body language says a lot.
If they're a little too slick, they're hiding something.
It takes years to earn a good reputation, but you can certainly lose it in a lot shorter period of time.
The second wave of trust is all about relationships. You can compare the level of trust in a relationship to a bank account, a trust account. By behaving in ways that build trust, you make deposits into the trust account. By behaving in ways that diminish trust, you make withdrawals. The balance in the account is the amount of trust in the relationship at any given time.
So what's your long-term vision for the company?
Many years ago, I found myself helping to lead the merger of two companies. People that were once competing every day were now being asked to work together.
I'm serious. Where are you taking this company?
I had high trust with the one company, but with the people in the other company, I assumed the trust. I took it for granted. But I didn't pay the price and behave in the ways to really build it, and the results of this were disastrous.
Why isn't the company being upfront with us?
Everything took longer, everything cost more, and people were wondering, what's he up to? I consciously became aware of this, that I had assumed trust. I took it for granted. I hadn't paid the price. And then I began to shift my behavior, began to build it, began to focus on interacting in ways that built trust, became very conscious of it, very aware of it, very explicit and deliberate about it. A few weeks later, we went into another meeting in which I said, we're at this meeting to talk about strategy, but what I'd really like to do is open it up to what's on your mind. I know we're going through these tough issues with the merger, who's in what role, who's staying, who's going. These are the types of questions that are on your mind. And rather than skirt it or duck them, I'd like to discuss them head on. And for 10 hours, I listened. I tried to give voice to their concerns.
Every second I sit here, I'm losing money because of our communication baggage.
I tried to stay open and talk as straight as I could. And I really worked hard to create transparency and where needed to begin to right wrongs.
If you could tell us a little bit about your track record.
As I did that, I learned how you build trust with the one builds it with the many. After many years of careful analysis and research, I compiled 13 behaviors common to all trusted people. Talk straight, demonstrate respect, create transparency, right wrongs, show loyalty, deliver results, get better, confront reality, clarify expectations, practice accountability, listen first, keep commitments, extend trust. These behaviors flow out of what you are, your credibility, not what you might pretend to be. The toughest time to choose behaviors that build trust is when your trust account is overdrawn. Even then, you can only build trusted relationships by behaving your way into them.
Hey. Yeah, have a great day.
Oh, actually you gave me a little too much.
Gave you too...
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
How you behave in one place gets talked about in other places. How you treat one person gets discussed with others. It's that ripple effect once again. By behaving in ways that build trust with one, you build trust with many.